well. So I was really happy that I called my manager up and he told me that Lavar was in. So I want to thank him for that. And I prepared for a heavy-handed striker, and Lavar is the same type of fighter, only he's a little taller. And I think Hunt's a little more technical and better on the ground. So it's going to be a good fight. We're both on 2 fight win streaks, and we both want to keep it going and just. We're going to make it a good fight, in my opinion.
I heard a lot of people saying, maybe it's not that tough a transition for you because, like you said, a heavy-handed striker, but vastly different sizes, different styles. What do you think? I mean, is it a tough transition or is it easy because they're both strikers?
Well, my training camps are almost pretty much the same too. And before I got to the UFC, I took so many fights on short notice, and the main thing is don't get worried, relax, and you're gonna have to fight anyway. You're gonna have to do it anyway, so you better do it good. So I didn't worry me at all. So
a lot of people would say, I think, that going from Hunt to Lavar Johnson, I mean, Hunt has a bigger name among a lot of fans. A lot of people are really excited about him. They had that rally for him on Twitter, and then you go to Lavar Johnson, like the hardcores know him, but not a whole lot of people know him. I mean, what do you think about that?
Well, I think a lot of the fans know Lavar because his last 2 fights, and they only look at that fights. A lot of people actually don't watch Strikeforce. In his last 2 fights last year, he lost in Strikeforce via submission, so that tells me a lot. But Barry almost submitted him. I submitted Barry in 20 seconds when I am on the ground, so that tells me a lot. And 2 years ago, when Hunt came to the UFC, people said he was a can, he shouldn't be here, and then he won 3 in a row, and they wanted him in the fight with Junior for the heavyweight belt. That's how it goes.
When you hear about a guy trying to take 2 fights in a month, he says, hey, I'm not really banged up from the other one. Yeah. I mean, do you believe that? Do you feel like you've been in situations where you can come out of one fight and go right into another one?
Listen, man, I fought 5 times in a month. I don't care. He doesn't care. We're gonna fight. What's gonna happen is gonna happen. You never know. I'm ready. He's ready. Probably ready. I don't think he went to the gym straight after his fight. I believe he had an injury too. So that probably plays with his mind a little bit. But he's gonna come in there and swing. That's what I'm positive he's gonna do that.
So does it make you think at all about what he might be thinking of your skills? If he heard, hey, Stefan Struve, and he thought, oh, I can get right back in there and take that one.
Okay, yeah, good for him. I think he knows that when this fight hits the ground, he's in a world of trouble, and that I'm gonna throw any submission I know at him. And you can. A lot of people were saying that he hit so hard, but the thing is he hits so hard because he throws everything he's got, because he's got no ground game. He's just looking for the knockout, and that's it. But I think if I use my reach and my height the way I can and the way I should, he's not even touching me. So.
He came here and said, look, I think we should leave jiu-jitsu for the jiu-jitsu tournaments. Let's go out and put on a show.
He said that?
He did. What's your philosophy on that? Because, I mean, it seems like the smart thing for him to do is like, hey, I'll question this guy's manhood. I'll say, are you willing to stand toe-to-toe with me? What's your thoughts on that?
Listen, Pat Barry said the same thing. He invited me to a kickboxing match, and I invited him to a grapples match. Dave Ruman said BJJ doesn't work in MMA, and I think I proved those guys wrong. So he should be worried about when the fight is the deck. And this is a fight, and if he doesn't like to go to the ground, he should go boxing or kickboxing or whatever. But if I can take him down, if he drops on his butt after 2 seconds, he's mine. So.